Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. Now, just in case you guys were wondering why anybody in their right mind, not saying that I am, but anybody in their right mind would want to go through all the trouble and hassle of sorting parts. Well, I spent maybe a half an hour down here last night. I would have been taking a nap if I wasn't doing this, and that's not very productive. And also, it's not very healthy. Laying around asleep is the quickest way to get a dull mind. And menial tasks can be relaxing. Just a matter of picking up something and sorting it out, having it cleared up, put away properly, makes life better. Now, I get a little obsessive about it, and my wife got me this little Epson label printer. And it's really nice. I don't use it that often, maybe once every 2 months or so. So I don't store the batteries in it. I keep the batteries in this little baggie inside the box so that if they do leak, they don't get all over everything. I've had way too many things get ruined by having the batteries left in it. It does a nice job of printing out little labels that I can easily see, especially with my old eyes. And that way I can take this and label the drawers. In this case, this row of bins is going to contain 632 screws. And I'm going to try, because I have a large quantity of 632 screws, I'm going to separate them by length and configuration so that I can open up this bin and get 632 screws. Now that I've got the drawers labeled, even with it closed, if I'm looking for a 632 screw, I go, that's where the 632s are. Got a label there, got a label there. These are number 6 washers. I'll have number 6 nuts. If I have any, I'll put them in this set of drawers too. Handy little thing to have. This is a wire stripper, cutter, crimper, and it's also a bolt cutter. One of the things that I do with it is it has separate sizes, 5 of them, 440, 632, 832, 1024, and 1032. I can sort screws using this and easily determine what size the screw is that I've got in my hand, and then determine what size screw I need. Well, today I'm changing the screen out of the storm door on the side porch, and today's the day to change out those screws, or add the ones that are missing. So, using my handy dandy tester here, say, yep, That is a 632. The screw drives right in there. Not a problem at all, fits right in. So it's a 632. All I need is a 632 to replace it. Guess what I have? .632 round head screws. And since this was a screw that I just randomly found, none of the screws match in that door. Somebody else had done the same thing. Because I have screws now, I can go through and pick out the size that I need. This little 1/2 inch long is the right length, it's the right diameter, and I can make all the screws the same. Now, does that matter? Not really. The storm window holds in just fine with odd head screws. But it makes it easier when you go to change the window, because you don't have to have 2 different screwdrivers and constantly be changing back and forth. There are 6 screws in the storm window, so I just need 6 screws. And there we go. Always take an extra. You never know when you're going to drop one. Now, I generally chase down the one that I dropped, but, you know, why walk all the way back down here to get it? It is a much shorter trip coming down to the storeroom than it is going to the hardware store. Even though the hardware store is only 4 blocks away, it's still getting in the car, going there. If they're open, you know, I'm not always working during working hours. If they're open, then you can get the screw if they've got it. Whereas if I got them down here in the storeroom, it's just walk downstairs, get the screw, pick up the screwdriver out of the tools while I'm here, and go put the storm window in. So that's why I do all this. The work that you do to make the work easier later. And the sorting that I did last night, it was something that was entertaining, and it kept me out of trouble. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union, without the express written permission of the parents or legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.